Have you ever been paranoid that someone you like actually just likes your friend? Maybe they're just hanging out with you because you're friends with the person they like and they're trying to get to them. Maybe you weren't thinking that until you saw the title of this video and then you got a little concerned so you clicked on it. Maybe I'm just a terrible person who's making you suspicious about things you didn't really need to be suspicious about in the first place. That all may be very true. However, I can promise you that at the end of this video, you will be able to tell whether or not a guy likes your friend with 100% certainty. I remember I went to hang out with this girl one time, and in my head, upon meeting up, I thought it was kind of like a date. However, once I got to the location, once I saw her, I realized she didn't think it was a date, or at least not a one-on-one date. I don't know what she was thinking. All I knew was that when I saw her, her friend was sitting right next to her. And I was a little bit confused, because usually if you go on a date with someone, it's a one-on-one thing or a two-on-two thing. I don't know, not really a two-on-one thing, unless that's what they were into and I didn't pick up the maybe that's what it was. I actually know exactly what it was. I will get into that later in the video. At the time though, I had no clue what was going on. I was a little bit confused, and as I was hanging out with them, I thought it was kind of weird. Not because she brought the friend. The friend was cool. The problem was, the friend was a little bit too cool. Like, I was so confused because the friend, she seemed to be very flirty from the moment I showed up. And you would think that if two friends are, you know, before I show up to the picture, you would think they would like kind of talk and be like, hey, you know, don't flirt with him right in front of me because I'm kind of talking to him. But apparently they either didn't have that conversation or she just assumed that she knew and she didn't know. This is all that's going through my head. I'm thinking like 1,000 miles a minute right now. And I'm like thinking, is this some sort of test? I don't know what's going on. And the more time that I spent with them, the more I started to realize that I had way more in common with the friend than I did with the girl I was originally planning to meet up with in the first place. And so this puts me in a very weird conundrum, because even though I get along with this person more, and I know I'm not like in a relationship with this person, I still feel bad if I'm vibing with the friend more than the girl I was planning to meet up with. But I just noticed as I was talking to the friend, it was so much easier to talk to her. Me and her were vibing, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem was that I don't think the other girl realized how well me and her were vibing. I'll tell you guys what I ended up doing and how that story ended up playing out at the end of this video, but you guys didn't click here for a story. You clicked here to know how to tell if a guy likes your friend. So that is what we're going to be getting into first. So basically, I'm just going to give you a couple questions. All you got to do is ask them a couple things. You got to know a little bit of body language. It's really not that hard, and you're going to be able to know if they like you 100% of the time, 70% of the time. But first thing first, if you want to find out the truth from anyone in any situation at all, they cannot feel that you are going to judge them or have any kind of negative emotional reaction at all. There can't even be 1%. I know I was talking about in my last video, which if you guys haven't seen, you should see that video because it's basically this video part 2. But at one point in the video, I was talking about how, you know, if you have feelings that you can't control for someone, it can make your reaction to certain things hard to control. But here's the thing, if you want to get the truth out of someone, it might drive you insane on the outside, but on the inside, we are Gucci. And that's a big key for life. If you want people to be honest with you, they can't be afraid of how you're going to react to what they say. So the first question that you want to ask someone when you're trying to figure out if they like one of your friends, first of all, you should just ask all your friends this. This is a question that I ask all my friends just in regular conversation because I like to know what their type is. And the question that I ask is, what is your type? Big surprise. I just like asking all my friends that question just so I know, like, if I want to hook them up with someone in the future, what do I have to look for that they are into? Look, I'm a team player. I'm a wingman, okay? I just want everyone to be happy. I know what my friends like. They know what I like. I actually heard once that people are more attracted to others who look like them, which I always thought was interesting. Because I don't know if I'm interested in girls that have, like, the same facial structure as me, but I know I like girls that have the same body type as me. If I had to, like, describe my own body type, I would say, like, either petite or slim with a fat ass. If you know me in person or if you ever meet me, you can let me know how you would describe it, but that's how I describe it. Now I'm curious, what is your type? Leave your answers in the comment section down below. That's just a fun question for anyone, so you can ask them that. That's like step 1 of the whole process. But here's the catch. When you ask them the question, if you're trying to figure out if they like one of your friends, let them answer, or have a fun conversation with that. Try and get like a good answer, but whatever their answer is, Not good enough. Not specific enough. The best way to figure out what someone's type isn't to have them describe it, because what are they gonna say? Brunette, blonde, blah, blah, blah. It's not specific. You usually ask them to, like, pick a celebrity that they look like. But in this situation, you're not gonna ask them to pick their favorite celebrity. That's ridiculous. You're gonna ask them to pick one of your friends. And the way you wanna ask it is like, look, I know you wouldn't actually hook up with them, but just physically, which one do you think is, like, the most attractive? And that's, like, laying the trap right there, because the guy is gonna actually think that you don't realize that he cares about looks. And if he's a fuckboy, he's gonna completely play along with it. He's gonna be like, yeah, I guess if I had to pick one of your friends just based on looks, it'd probably be this one, but obviously she's not my type. And this is you playing dumb, because whatever his answer is, he would absolutely 100% probably try and hook up with him if he had a chance. This is actually part of what's gonna go into my program Fuckboys Exposed whenever I plan to release that. But if they act like you have a hot friend that they are attracted to but they wouldn't hook up with, they are lying. If you make them pick from your friends and they're really reluctant to make a choice, but they're like, I guess that one, maybe they're actually telling the truth and they wouldn't. But if they're like, oh, that friend, definitely hot, I just wouldn't because of, you know, her personality. Like, if they give you some sort of bullshit answer like that, they're lying, okay? This is a man with 50,000 years of human evolution, okay? I don't want to hear about no damn personality that would change his opinion like that. Yeah, bullshit. So you play dumb, you ask the question, you get the answer. Now you have all the ammunition you need to figure out if they actually would hook up with your friend. I was kind of kidding about what I was saying before, even though I kind of wasn't, but we want to be sure. We don't want to just make an assumption based off one thing they say. We actually want to figure out if they like your friend, and if they do like your friend, do they like your friend more than they like you? Because if you don't care if they like your friend more than they like you, then you can just straight up ask them and they'll tell you. But if, like, they like you as well, and there's, like, something, like, if you're the barrier in between, we got to figure out who he likes more between the two of you. So what you want to do is, at some point in the near future, it can be a couple days, it can be a couple weeks, whatever you want to do, invite him to hang out with you and the person that they said they were attracted to. And this is where the body language reading comes in. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this in one of my other videos about signs a guy likes you, but one of the easiest ways to be able to tell if a guy likes you doesn't have to do with anything that he's saying or that he's consciously doing. You just gotta look at the subconscious. And the best way to be able to tell is when you're hanging out with your friend and the guy, all you gotta do is be just at some point in the hangout, I can't even talk right now, at some point in the hangout, is look at his feet. It has been psychologically proven that our feet point in whatever direction of whatever we are most intrigued with at the moment. So for example, if you're in a conversation with someone and their feet are not pointing towards you, they're probably not that interested in the conversation. And if their feet are pointing towards you, that's a good sign. So if you're hanging out with him and her and y'all are sitting somewhere and you're looking at his feet and the whole time they're just pointing at the other person, they're probably into that person more than they are into you. And if their feet are always pointing towards you, then you're welcome. It's true love. But that's really all you gotta do if you want to be really meticulous about it. I just realized at the end of explaining that whole thing, if you want to do it another way, just invite him to hang out with all of your female friends and see if his feet point towards any girl specifically. You can also just do that and forget all the other stuff I just said you should do, but where's the fun in that? So yeah, do whatever you want. But anyway, back to that story from earlier. Because of me and just like the trust issues that I have in general, I thought this was a trap the whole time. And I guess the question I would ask you is, like, if you were in my shoes, if you were like me in this situation, what would you do? If you want to leave like a comment about that as well, please let me know, because I don't know what the hell I should have done. Maybe you should tell me what I should have done. Let me know that as well. There's a lot of things I want you guys to comment in this video. But anyway, back to that story that I was telling you guys earlier in the video. Here's what ended up happening. Turns out, the girl that I met up with in the first place, she knew everything that was going on. Now, here's what's amazing about the whole situation in general, okay? Because I was so confused with why the friend would be so obviously flirting with me right in front of the other girl that I was meeting up with in the first place. Like it made no sense to me. Then, it turns out that the girl who I met up with in the first place, the reason she brought her friend is because the first time we were hanging out and talking, she loved me. She thought I was amazing for her friend. She literally, when we first met, she was like, "You are so awesome, we have to hang out." And in my head, I thought it was so we could hang out, but little did I know, it was so she could hook me up with her best friend. And so that's what happened. That's how that story ended. It was kind of a happy ending to that story, which I didn't see coming. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I could have made that another 10-minute story time video, but I decided I'll just give it to you. I still want you guys to leave a comment down below. Who is like your exact type? Like who would be your celebrity crush? I want to hear your answers. Leave them in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys like this video, if you found this video helpful, or if you enjoyed it, if you made it this far into the video, give it a thumbs up down below as well. If this is your first time ever watching one of my videos and you don't hate my face, feel free to subscribe because we make videos like this every single week. And guys, that's really all I've got to say on it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.